and how you perceive the company. I've already heard some comments from you, so if you have suggestions tonight, what Nisa is going to present is the new control system for the company, if you like. But this system won't be better than what we make of it. So if you have suggestions, if you have positive criticism, bring it up. Don't be afraid.
You are encouraged to do this. So now I'm talking a little bit about Environmental Quality Management System, SMD. And in this regard, I'm saying that there was a policy in the beginning of winter 2010 that we will certify this company about environmental and quality management, and that this certification that it is a international standard company organization that used to do this certification, and they are doing ISO 9001 quality about quality and ISO 14001 about environment. So the question arises that why we do this certification? The question is that if we know that nowadays environmental menace that engulf the whole world, we know about our Pakistan that the glaciers are melting and floods are coming. The Maldives in the next 50 years it will be under the water. The environmental hazards in Bangladesh. The same I was talking 2 weeks before in Östersund, and one distributor from Nigeria was saying that in their Niger delta that are producing much of their oil, it's now free of fish, and so much pollution in this water that they cannot catch, and they have not seen any fish. So through this way, that this social corporate responsibility, to fulfill this corporate responsibility, SMD take this initiative step to do this certification. Then we say that about the quality certification, we say that it will increase our professionalism among us, that do we measure some methods, some structure in the organization about it. Then we say that to create opportunity for increased cooperation through efficient and high quality processes and flows, education processes through which way we can communicate with the employees, these were considered in the priority steps. This project starts in September 2010, and there were some enthusiastic personnel from different regions, our different regions, Yavle, Östersund, Ovik, Umeå, Sundsvall. They had around about 16 meetings, and they discussed that how can we formulated this operation of this system, and then they decide the system, the flow chart of this system was that they first formulated the different aspects of these projects, then they evaluate these aspects according to our SMD standards, then they set the goals. After these goals, then they decide that how can we do the action program of this. Then they assigned into this responsibility to different people in the organizations, and then they continually monitor and measures. After that, they give this to management review. And then this comes the policy and strategy of the organization. Later on, I will tell about that, how can we improve continuously in this process, in this certification process. So when these group had meetings and then they evaluated and formulated this environmental and quality aspects, first they do this environmental aspects of the SMD, how we affect the environment. So they came out with the result that we emit, our emission of carbon dioxide is so much, 1,45,000 kilogram, and our vehicles consumes 3,300 liters of fuel per night. Then they came out is that plastic and paper waste we have. We waste a lot of plastic and papers. Like we have 55,000 kilogram per year, and this bundle ties that this our newspaper bundle ties over the 5,500 kilogram we waste as well. Then the tire. We buy almost 1.5 million per year. This cost to our organization is tires, and same time vehicle maintenance. Definitely, when we have so much cars and vehicle maintenance cost to us, and this also affects their environments as well, like discharge of chemicals and different parts fell down from it. Then premises maintenance. We have like a paksal, like in printing press. Here we have the offices, different places. Their maintenance also affects our environment here. After that, they came out with the quality aspects. In quality aspects, they say that districts and roads about this. They say, do we operate in an optimal fashion? Our district and roads. Then they come, how does this work, reporting of deviations, differing policy, that we change this policy and deviations from. Then complaints. How can we do better about it? How can improve that we will not get so much complaints? Then education. How can we develop education in our SMD among our employees? And are these consistent education practices throughout the company? Then communication. How do we convey information to our employee in a better way? So after this, evaluating all these aspects, SMD environmental and quality goals were set, and in this regard, SMD environmental goals, they said that we will test electric moped in future. Right now we have one in Sunswal. Then the number of private cars should be reduced, mainly in the regions of Imio and Ongurmalang. Unfortunately, we have also used private cars here in the districts. Then environmental standards on right-hand drive cars to be established. Right-hand cars to be established. Yeah. Then our subcontractors must be certified. Subcontractor that the on-tour frac that and drive the bundles to you, they are our subcontractors, like vice versa others. So, and this goals is our company that they must be certified as well. And then this was the very important goal of our organization, that we will collect, sort, and recycle our own waste products. And then subscribers should be able to make a climate compensation for distribution. It will come in future that subscribers, that if we will harm to the environment, we will compensate to them as well in this regard. The same as SMD quality goals. In this regard, they say that all districts must be optimized in our road smart system. Road smart system, that the new system that we are now, according to this, this restructure of the district has been done by Philip. He is expert in this regard here in our region. Then our goal is to printable district books to be available in all districts. And this regard, we have almost all the printable district books. Now only 2 districts left in this. One is 295 and now 297. And in future there is a project will be started in 2012 that we have electronic district books. And then this is our goal that new and improved routine for introduction and training to the employee to newspaper distributors will be introduced. Innovation of new quality measuring methods. In this regard, the company is going to launch next month these alarm telephones. It will definitely improve our quality in distribution. And this is the main goal, that a consistent system of uniforms for distributors to be introduced in future. So now the question arises, what can you do for the environment? Being a distributor, you can do all things, because the company, according to the company definition, company is made by the people. And you are the people at the forefront, and you in the organization that can do much for the environment, and then the company can do everything for the environment. We need that you observe plastic and paper recycling practices, that you know that how can we recycle these papers and plastic in Sweden, and in this you must throw in dustbins this plastic and paper according to their way and according to their standard. And not it like we have the problem that we have the bus places, and there we used to throw some time, but the way is that we will do in the standard, in the way that one rule is set to us. Think about how you drive your vehicle to reduce fuel consumption and emissions. Eco-driving. We have some newspaper distributors, they have card districts as well. And this is important. When you will drive in an eco-way environment, this is environmental friendly. So in this way you can reduce the consumption of oil, at the same time the tire and other leakage of chemicals, and this will also put a better impact on our environment. Opting to walk, cycle when applicable is opposed to driving. We suggest that whenever you have a co-working district, so you should and you must walk, and you use your wagon to distribute the newspapers instead of cars. And report environmental issues. This is immediately you should do to the night manager, area manager, you should do, I'm coming at 6 o'clock, and most of the time he used to come at 7 o'clock. We request to you that you should report to immediately that if the leakage of oil or somewhere else you saw that newspaper was thrown from some newspaper distributor unintentionally, so you should report, and we can manage, we can handle this issue. The same we need from you, that what can you do for the quality? And the quality, we say that start your shift on time. Whenever you will start your district on time, then you will have much time that you will distribute the newspaper in a very efficient way. Complaints will not come. You will have enough time to distribute the newspaper. So in this way, you will be not slept, you will be not harmed, you will have enough time to finish at the time, so we will not get a lot of complaints. Also, we need that they deliver the right papers to the right address. It's very important because the newspaper subscribers are become more and more cautious about these newspapers and their magazines. So we have that you should take this in your utmost consideration, that deliver the correct paper to the correct subscriber. Keeping district books in order. This is, we have a problem, like you have most of the, we have newspaper here, you're sitting, you are extra. Whenever you have observed, and we have observed that whenever one ordinary distributor that used to do the district, whenever he went on vacations, and you did, and if he is not updated, then comes a lot of complaints about it. So if you will keep the district books in order, maybe you have some in mind is that, oh, I am doing and it's in my mind the districts. But if something happens, you became ill, we are human beings, we can become ill or something, and we send one extra person, and then the complaints will come, and it's cost to us a lot, and it's also the image of the company that will be destroyed. The subscriber will be unhappy. So this is a very, very important to district books that you should keep in orders all the times. Yeah, this was in the morning. I was discussing with our night managers that you should count the scatter titles, like we have HV, HO, TR, this TVG. You must count when you receive in the beginning of your shift. Then if you received less, then immediately report to the night manager. He will deliver it to you as soon as possible. Because these subscribers to these companies, they are very, very cautious about, they are very cautious customers and all, and unfortunately we have a lot of complaint ratio in these scattered titles. This log gets missing newspaper, etc. to the night manager before 6. Because the night manager duty is to facilitate you whenever you have get less newspapers. So his duty till 6 o'clock, so he has a lot of time there to drive to you a lot of news, to you the newspapers that if you miss sometimes. So it's very important. Also the log gates, because we will put this into our system, and then the customer centers, they know about it, that okay, this building was locked, the door was locked, so you should they should consideration, and their complaints will not come. And then we will take a rapid action against it, and we will report to the property dealer, and they can, the owner of the building, they can give us the new code or keys. So kindly this, and also about the broken keys, you should come immediately to the office to the night manager. We will take from you, we will send the night manager, he will take from you. So in the morning, we will make the new key, and tomorrow when you will go to the district, we will deliver before to you. So it's very important, kindly put it in your consideration.
Yes, sir. Isn't it also so that, well, maybe you would want to say that, but everyone should be measured on what that person can actually accomplish himself. And when doors are locked, or when you are missing papers, or when something in this district book is not complete, that is not your fault, and you should not be measured on that data. So it's important that you also report back. You shouldn't take the blame for something that actually is not within your reach to change.
Yes.
You're responsible for what you can reach, though.
And in this way, you will facilitate us, because then we can handle the complaints in a very efficient way, like Olaf said. So also report the data on your vehicle under rigged routines to your vehicle managers. We have, his name is Matthias, the Azhar, Ijaz, and there's some that drives the car districts, they know about him. He used to maintain the company cars. Now I'm coming about the SMD's environmental and quality policy. In this regard, I'm saying that Svensk Morgon Distribution, SMD, distribute newspaper in large part of northern Sweden. As you see in it, we have also our operation to other products as well, distribution of other products we used to distribute as well. Also, SMD activities are characterized by environmental responsibility with a focus to continually reduce our environmental impact. As we were talking before about, this is the main policy of our organizations. Also, the high quality is a central concept in SMD. We have no compromise over it. We have an ongoing dialogue with customers to explore the demands and expectations they have. By meeting these, we will be a trusted partner. Our subscribers, we have customers, client, newspapers that we used to distribute. We have, and this is our policy, that we will communicate with them and we will fulfill their demands and expectations. So this way they can trust over us. And this is the main policy of our SMD. We must stay ahead of our customers in terms of information about past quality deviations. Together with our customers, shareholder, employees, and suppliers, we shall work towards effective environmental and quality management. Only one in the organization, one distributor cannot do anything. We should do all the people, management, distributors, shareholders, suppliers, then we can achieve this goal towards the better environmental quality management. Also, we have constantly evaluated and improved this policy and this objectives that SMD has about environment and quality. And you should know that all our operation under law and regulatory requirements, we are doing all the things about our law, nothings we are doing beyond the law, so you should know about it. Little bit I will talk about this that what applies to you. There is a car file in each distribution car, and you should know about it. You should continuously update it. Also about the information that we are giving a communication. Now we have a SMD. That this SMD website, smd.to, you know all about it. We have almost each and every information on this website. We used to update continuously about your daily updates, changes, complaints about extra time files that now we have started. At the same time, we have whenever it comes like different events, you see in this Sundsvall Nyheter, this is called news. So in there you can see this. The address is www.smd.to and username is Sundsvall, password is SMD Sundsvall. And here you can see this. Nowadays we have all the information goes on this website. It's about daily update before 4 o'clock about the changes and complaints. So it will improve your these complaints, reduce the complaint ratio, or also bring the quality that when you will distribute. Like most of the, when I was a newspaper distributor in 2000 many, we have no such a website that where we can see this our changes and complaints at home. So we used to go to at that time to the districts, and there we see that okay, we saw a lot of sometimes comes a lot of changes, and then it was raining at that time or was snow, so we were very cold at that time, so we couldn't do in a very effective way. But now we have a website. You sit at home very easily, you open the website, each and every changes are coming, at the same time complaints you can see, okay, oh, I forgot about it, so then easily you can. So this is the very best way that to improve the quality in your distribution. Now I'm talking about the management system in the future. What will the SMD do in future? This is the prime, our goal, and that we must work together according to the established procedures and documents. Like you should follow all the procedures, that at what time you will start the districts, through which way you will get the complaints and everything, at the same time through which way you will report to us. So through this way, if we can improve the quality in the organization. Also, we will do internal audits, will be conducted on an annual basis, when all activities in all regions are examined to ensure work operation and how we can develop ourselves. Internal audits will be done, and then external audits as well. The international standard, the certification, they will do the external audits, that do we follow the quality environmental management in our organization or not. So through this way, we will bring the more and more effectiveness in the organization. And this is the foremost, I say that the goal of the policy in our policy, that your comments and suggestions on business operation are encouraged all the time, because you are the people that distribute to our subscribers, and your suggestions and comments improve the operations in the organizations. So I and Yanne, we all really request you that all the time, whenever you have some time, you should report to us. We will have this alarm telephone in future. From this, you can talk with us free of cost. You can send the SMS to us. So it will be, I think, very effective tool to communicate with us. As you can read all this, that how can we, conditions are constantly changing, because no process, nothing is static, everything is changing. And we will be, as the organization, and we will be constantly up to date us, and constantly we will improve this process about the quality environmental work. And management system in the future that we have follow now, that our svensk morgondistribution is always at the forefront of our industry. If we are the organization that we say that we are the market leader, because we have the first organization in Sweden that have ISO 9001 and 14001 certifications. It means we commit to the quality and environment in a very effective way. But to maintain this leadership there, we must always continuously improve our operations and continuously follow the rules and procedures. Now I am saying that thank you very much to listen to me for half an hour and I say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. At the same time now I request to you that if you have any question, any suggestion you want to give to us, so it would be highly encouraged. So kindly if you have some question, some comments.
For quality of work, we need some proper uniform because you know about the weather. It's so hard in the winter, and we are not familiar with such type of weather. So we need some proper uniform that we can provide a quality work, especially in the winter, I think.
Yeah. We have talked about this for quite some time, and during the course of next year we will start a group that will work with this. I think it's a little bit more complicated than just buying new uniforms. I've had several meetings with different distributors within the company, and north to south, and people driving cars did like one type of uniform. People biking or walking or running, they like another type of uniform. In the winter we need one kind of uniform, in the summer we need something else. So how this is going to be done, I'm not too sure about, but there will be a group working on it, and I can assure you that we will have people, distributors, working on this project. So it's not going to be a management group sitting deciding what kind of type of uniform we're going to wear, because we don't know that much of the conditions. So that's the answer, but you're right.
You're right about it. Now the question all the time, there was one question arises in Östersund that sometimes the building owner and the people that residents of the building, they are asking from us, who are you here? So we have now different faces, and everybody, you have the company trust over you, you have the keys and codes of the company, the cards of the company. So through this way we can effectively, you will be recognized, and nobody, if something happens, so we can reach to you in a very efficient way. So this is very important for us.
Yeah, I want to ask you one more thing. If you're going to you develop the internet in a very good way. But I want to suggest one more thing is you have to, just like, the book checking and the editions and all those things, you are only updating them only the days, every day and like that. If you want to figure it, just like we will want to see the book, all the people and like that, we will want to edit the book every time in the right way. So that's why if you're going to, just like, if you're going to give me that option in the internet, that should be good to all the subscribers. And just not only subscribers, all for the distributors.
Not just the changes, but the whole.
Yeah, whole book, yeah, that's been better, that's in good way. It's not it's like you are feeding all the complaints and like that, just like the complaints and the editions and like that. If you want to feed the book, that should be in good way. We're going to find the right person. If you're going to change the name, is there any some remarks on the name and like that? Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, it will be very good because through this way we can do, I have an idea in the organization now, we have discussed as well in the last meeting, that I can send you the whole book, in PDF format, in Excel format. We cannot, unfortunately, we only send the list of the newspapers, but in PDF format I can send to you.
But you can send you PDF format, but every day the book will going to change. How can we see?
Yeah.
Every day we're going to send. It's a problem.
In this way we have electronic books are coming.
If you develop in the website, we will going to see every day. Suppose if you will get a problem on the, just like we will going to see, because we are already seeing every day updates and everything.
Yes.
Then we will go back to the book and we will going to change. We will change. We need not to come to the office and we need not to. Yes, and I want to ask one more thing. Just like the waiting time, just because of the more paper, sometimes it's going to be late to printing.
Excuse us.
Sometimes in the morning time,
Shanawaz.
there is some problem in the press, or maybe it's going to the paper will come late, or maybe the trucks, especially the snow time, just like the truck will going to come, every time we have to wait the 1 hour or 2 hours. The right time is only, everybody knows we will come the right time. But sometimes we have to wait 1 or 2 hours in the winter, sometimes in -14 or -20, -25. It's very difficult for all the distributors to wait that time. But before you will give the waiting time also, but now you remove that one and you are paying the extra time. But especially what I am suggesting you, because if you're going to send when the car is moving from there, if you're going to send some text SMS to all the mobiles, to the just like distributors,
We should be able to do that.
Yeah, we should be able to do this in January. Like 11 telephone are coming. I will distribute among you in this January, and then we have in this very good system that the night manager will send you an SMS that in your car, like suppose your district 16 and coming the Western car, Westerville.
yeah.
So you will on this you will get the SMS that the car truck will reach to your district at the 3:30 or 3:40. So you will then come to this, and this will be applicable. I was in Östersund, and they are using SMS system is in a very effective way. So we will use it, and I promise with you that in January we are coming, and then we will send you through this way. This is very important.
And one more thing, the compliance. Especially everybody, the distributor, morning when he distributed all the subscribers, he will come home. Because if you don't know about suppose some people, they don't check every day the updates about the complaints on these things. I will suggest one more thing, because the complaints, if you're going to send to your subscribers, just like an email or the SMS, if you're going to check in the better way, it's a reduce of complaints. Because everybody, they will going to think, yeah, I will distribute it in right, yeah, so that's why I'm right, I'm good. They will going to think like that, but they don't check.
Okay.
I'm not sure I'm following you,
But we have the method that we have updated and uploaded every day this
Every day
complaints in
complaints,
website.
yeah, you are developing in the, just like in the website. But how many people they will going to check every day the website?
But this is the rush. But
Because
another
it's just like the complaints. We have to remove the complaints. So that's why the better thing is if you're going to send email or maybe just like a text SMS, he will gonna just like he will know how many complaints I will get. Okay, I have to reduce tomorrow. I will gonna check out and like that. He will gonna think. Next day he don't forget about that one. Every time he will just like we have to give some feedback.
And this is very good, but nowadays maybe you know that we are constantly monitoring your complaints, and we used to call with you. We used to call to you people that whenever some complaints are coming regularly, you receive it, and through this way, now our complaints ratio is reducing. Yani is very cautious about it. He always keep an eye over these complaints. And moreover, if you say that we should send to you through email, so this is a very good suggestion, because now today I sent you the message about this, and we can send you as well that all the complaints. This is a very good way as well that. With the website, we can use this way as well, email.
Because it's SMS, it's not take they said 1 second we will gonna send to all the people. It's not take a lot of time and like that. It's not a money. It's nothing. It is one of the way.
Yeah, I agree with Nisa. Super suggestions. To follow up on what you're saying, we are apart from this uniform issue. We're going to start up another group working on electronic district books.
Yeah.
If it's going to be a handheld PDA or a larger type cell phone, or what kind of device we're going to use, I don't know. But we are, within 2012, going to start up a project looking into how the SMD version of a electronic district book should look like.
Yeah, if you want, I will suggest you in the better way, especially the PDFs. I have a lot of experience with that one.
Good.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. If you want, I have a lot of connection with the China market, China companies. I'm going to provide you in a better price.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we're going to talk in the later about that.
Because there's been some
yeah, because it's online communication. Because the morning when it is coming here, we will going to send a SMS to the direct distributor holder. They have already, there's a touch screen, the PDA tablets.
I was in Hälsingland,
Yeah.
Hudiksvall, and they've had.
And now we are manufacturing in India also the less PC $335
Yeah,
tablets.
that's where this stuff is made.
Yeah.
Not made in Sweden.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
for sure. Now, I actually went to Hudiksvall, this was earlier this fall, and they have had electronic district books for now, what, 3-4 years.
Yeah.
But, you know, I talked to distributors, and they said, no, we're not using it. Because the man-machine interface,
Yeah.
you know, just the visual aspects of looking at this tiny cell phone.
Yeah.
I have a pretty good eyesight myself, but I couldn't read a thing.
Yeah. In the same
And,
contract.
and I can just imagine standing out, you're freezing your butt off.
Yeah.
It's 20 degrees minus Celsius, and it's winter, and it's night, and you're supposed to read from the tiny screen what these changes are like. No way, it doesn't work. So the whole, I think where we are coming from is to try to figure out a better man-machine interface,
Yeah.
so that it's actually usable. It's not something that we just put in your hands. It's actually something that will be a tool for you to use. And whether we're going to introduce the complaints as a special email, or it's going to be an SMS, or whatever it's going to be, I suppose that it will be, you know, just another window you're looking into when you're entering your phone. But it's not going to happen 2012. Excuse me for giving you a disappointment here, but if 2013, 14 maybe.
If you are sure, maybe we're gonna possible, we're gonna make it in 2012. I'm gonna make it. Yeah. If you are with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying.
No, I hear you, but
Yeah.
the thing has to work.
Yeah, the thing to work.
The thing has to work. I've been to this before, so.
Yeah, and one more thing I want to ask you about the blouses and the shoes. You are recommending the intersport. The shoes are that much of good for the winter, especially. You have to fix a better arbitrary score. It's been good because we need not to go the intersport. Maybe if you provide every year, just like one pair and like that, in winter and summer, every 6 months, that should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just like in 900 hours, and it's not in the good way. I suppose just like once I asked you, and if the gloves is also very, but those are it's not suitable for the winter. It's for only the summer.
The 900 hours and the shoes that we are providing,
Yeah.
they're part of a system that came along with the old negotiations with Svenska Transportarbetarförbundet, and it's not really a uniform. It was something that came along in the negotiations.
Okay.
We were this close running into a huge conflict with the labor union, and we at the end of the negotiations we threw in some shoes, and they said, okay, no conflict. Good.
Yeah.
When we're looking into uniforms, I think shoes will be part of that
Yeah.
whole discussion. And I understand where you're coming from. You can't run around in a pair of Nikes in winter.
Yeah. So that's why I'm telling you, the winter shoe, winter time, and the summer time, and blouses is also well, summer time, and they're just like winter time. And just like we have to improve the online communication, it should be good because sometimes when we are calling the phone, they can't leave the phone is a very, we are tied with the phone system and like that. Every time we should be engage. The morning times.
So you want an online communication?
Yeah.
To-
Maybe you have to, it's just like it's finally, I have to tell you one thing, you have to better to improve the online communications. It should be good a way to improve the industry in a better way. And the thing, one more thing, some walking districts and, yeah, and just like walking districts and just like cycle districts. Especially sometimes, most of times, when I saw the people, they are missing the trolleys. That's why you have to show me some space for the trolley near the district. That is also one of the good things. Because every time, sometimes in the morning, when we go there, sometimes we left at the some houses and like that. When we go there in the morning, the time there is no trolley. Suppose if we call to the night manager and like that, he will come after 1 hour or maybe like that. Because he is also searching where the brand is like that. He will take the motor most of the time. He will going to be late and like that.
Yes, we will note it down. But we are providing the locks, that keys, and at the same time we have extra key. And whenever you report, we have now one for this transport and wagon responsible person, Matthias. He used to go and repair the punctured tires, and if something happens to it, so he used to do this.
No, it's
So-
not for cars, not for the cars.
No, for the these trolleys, yes, but trolleys are where he used to do these things, and that like the friend that were sitting with you, Malik Basha, he called me, and within 1 hour his trolley was in a good condition because he has fixed this puncture tire. So we can do this, but you must report earlier, so we can do a very another day. Then when you will go to your shift, you start your district, we will your trolley will be ready. So that I can come here
Maybe
and
the space
promise
is
with
a
you.
problem. Sometimes you're going to keep some other building. They will say, no, you can't keep here. Think that they can say.
Mm.
What's the thing?
Yes, I have a question about it. Sometimes it's happened that we call him to the office about the newspaper because some newspaper was missing, and we did not receive a positive response from at the night. And normally, mostly it's happened at the weekends because when we are working at the center, then people throw newspaper from the trolley. And then when we are trying to call to the office, then there are no such response. And just we call to the office and no one picked the phone. So I think it should be
Improved.
Especially after 7 o'clock.
Complain
6
about the
o'clock.
weekend
No one had
communication.
Oh.
Super
Yeah,
complaints.
it's super connect. So you should check with your night managers that are working on weekends. And moreover, I am saying that in weekdays, if nobody is picking your phone, I used to come to office at 6 o'clock and get up at 5 o'clock. Send me one SMS about the missing newspapers. I will report to you. The night manager you can call, and if he will not send you, we will give you the alarm telephone. And you can send to us the data that you have sent this SMS, and he must reply then to you. According to this, so it would be more, bring more quality in the communications. And we are noting down this problem as well.
And also most of times we are reporting to the night managers also, but they are written, but they are sending again to the complaint. But that's not our problem. Just like if is there any missing paper or maybe any shortage, we are reporting. And we will go home. And then the next day when we are seeing the papers, we just like, we were sending the complaints.
Oh, this is very important. This is very
Because
very-
you are adding
yeah.
in our report, just like every structure, we are going to see that the complaints are increasing, just like for 0.4, 0.3% and like that. But it's not our mistake. I saw this year maybe I reported 15 to 20 times, but 15, 20 complaints, it's not in my fault because I reported to you. But that's the problem of yours. But they are adding in mine because it's bad for me.
Should not be that way.
It should not be this way. Well, one thing I am going to explain that whenever you report to us the missing newspapers, so sometimes you get a less amount of newspapers. First, the night manager duty that to drive to you and deliver to you this newspaper. Sometime after 6, when you call to us, so then about these newspapers, I update into the system or some this system, and our customer center know about this that this is not considered the complaints. So this a missing newspaper we deliver through the post at 11 o'clock, and at the same time our complaint rider also deliver. So this will not come in your complaints as well. But that is why we are encouraging that kindly report before 6 o'clock, because the night manager has one issue as well, that you people are not reporting this missing newspaper before 6
No,
o'clock
because,
today.
I talked with the last a lot of times with the choir, the night manager, sometimes on weekends. But he told me when I asked him, he just I wrote it at there and I put it on the table.
Mm.
But in the morning we will come in there, just like you forget maybe.
Yeah, we should not, this should not be happen. And Yanni has write it down and we will definitely take some action about it.
I think the whole point of a system like this is that we are chasing you for better quality.
Yeah.
And if this is supposed to work, you need to feel that you have support
Yeah.
so that you can actually achieve this supposed quality. And if you don't believe that we are supporting you, you know, that whole thinking of quality will be in vain, and it won't last.
Yes.
So I take personally this very seriously, that you have these complaints regarding.
Yeah, because we are working together, so that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is very important.
Communication and just like misbehavior, so that's why I'm suggesting you, because if you're gonna, just like, some people is gonna be lazy and like that. It's not, some people, maybe we will, some people they will be on a manager maybe, but some people they can't manage.
It's very important, and I hope that when we will give you this alarm telephone, so then you can send SMS to him. He must take action at the SMS. He can easily understand this SMS, what you have written, what is the name of the street. So it will be very good way. So after 10 days you will get this. After 10 days the January is coming and we will deliver you, and in the process first 10 districts, then another 10 districts. So through this way we will get here as soon as possible. And it will bring more effectiveness in this complaint sending and missing newspapers that you are saying. The way you are saying, I was in Östersund, and they have overcome this problem, that they have now alarm telephone and they send the SMS that, like, sometime you are saying to the night manager, Majors Gatan, 28. So he is not understanding, like he said in Swedish, we say Major Gatan. So, but if you write this SMS to him, so it means you are facilitating him. He must take action and deliver to you this. So this we must ensure to you that today I am ensuring that we will take action about it and we will solve this problem as soon as possible.
This problem with no response from the night manager, is this a problem that is mainly during weekends, or is it?
It's not only in the weekend, it's just like, sometimes they are sending in the regular, because a lot of years, and I saw like that, every year I'm getting like that complaint. Not only me, just like when I'm working with just a morning and when I'm working with the trucks also. A lot of people, when I'm distributing all the districts, I saw a lot of people. I will talk with a lot of people, distributors also, with what they are facing. Sometimes they can talk and just like they are complaining about all those things.
So it is a problem every weekday.
Yeah, but it's not only for, I'm talking about it not for me, I'm talking for all the distributors.
Yeah, thank you very much, Anil, for about it.
Because I work with just like
Yes, Fred?
All the extra delivery, the folder and the paper especially, it always comes on Saturday. If it may come on Sunday, it would be much better, because on Saturday the ST and dog block, it's of this much thickness, so it becomes very, very difficult to carry a lot of papers, and then you have to go to the trolley many times, and then the time gets increased. And on Sunday you only have ST and D and nothing else. It becomes easy for us if we.
The thing about the inserts is that the companies who issue these inserts, they'd like the inserts to come on, I think the most common days are Thursdays and Fridays. And there is a simple logic to that. It's the fact that they want them to be with the subscriber before, the buying decisions for the weekends is made. And I think the last day of of response from customers is actually Saturday, because that's when people go grocery shopping. That's what my wife does anyway. I do it. So, but Sundays is a pretty poor day to sell inserts. Sadly enough, I would love to bring more products to the Sundays. We've talked, you know, the companies who issue Hemmetsvekoting, HB, HJO, Classic,
TV Guide.
whatever, all these magazines, we talk to them, you get a super bargain on Sunday. No way. It's not interesting, because the sheer business logic is be there before the weekend. But you're right, again, love it.
Especially extra paper. The folder is okay if it comes any day of the week,
Yeah.
like Mutal magazine and Vivo magazine. So they could be fixed on Sunday as well. Would be a bit easier for us.
Be sure that I'm doing the utmost to get more products on Sundays. I'm doing what I can, but you know, it's hard to get them there.
We are the distributions, and they decide newspapers. Owner, they decide everything.
We can give them suggestions.
No.
But you had a question before.
Yeah, I have another suggestion. Like in the presentation we had that you are reducing the private vehicles. Most of our distributors which have their private vehicle, their point of distribution is very far away from their residence. So I suggest if you have a pick and drop system, then maybe it can be reduced the private vehicle, and also it facilitates the distributor very well. Like this is my friend, he is living in Nakstavägen and he is going to Shunsberry, which is 10-12 kilometers away, and he go by walk in this heavy snow, like for 50-55 minutes they distribute paper, and they maybe come by bus, but most of the time he come through walk. So maybe a good suggestion that the company provide pick and drop facility to the distributor, so you can reduce the private vehicle, and it is a good perspective as an environmental perspective also. And it will also keep the energy of the distributor for the other days also.
Yeah, well, the problem was not familiar to me, but well, it's a suggestion. I think the sheer essence of the system is that we shouldn't censor suggestions when they're made. Bring them in and we'll look at them and we'll come back.
Yeah.
And it's good that you have energy when you're working.
Yeah, it's very important.